2 things NLP gurus don't want you to know. Stay tuned. This is Damon Cart from NLP Gym. 2 things NLP gurus don't want you to know. Before I get into that, if you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel. And also, I have 2 announcements. One is that my NLP practitioner program will open enrollment January 6th, and it'll be open from January 6th to January 20th. This is an online practitioner program that I've been working on for about 6 months now, and doing the live training and the online training, and the enrollment will finally be open January 6th through January 20th. Also, Dr. Matt is coming back to Santa Cruz. He'll be teaching a live workshop on personal branding on February 4th and 5th. You can find that on the Facebook page, as well as you can find the landing page on my website, nlp-gym.com. So what don't NLP gurus want you to know? Well, first of all, you might be thinking, well, Damon, you're an NLP guru. Why are you saying this? Or what don't you want us to know? Or why are you revealing this? Actually, I'm not an NLP guru. I'm not any sort of guru. A guru I think of as somebody who's trying to pretend like they're enlightened, and I'm not one of those people. Yes, I know NLP. I've been studying it for years. I've been practicing it. I'm a coach. I'm a teacher. Not a guru. I don't want to be worshipped, and I'm definitely not enlightened, and I don't want people to necessarily live by my example. I'd rather you create your own life. The first thing that NLP gurus don't want you to know is that certifications are meaningless. Most practitioner programs, most master practitioner programs are certification programs, and yes, they are absolutely meaningless. Now, you might have had a good teacher, or you might be going to a good teacher to get a certification. All that's wonderful. I'm not saying that there aren't great teachers out there who do certification programs. What I'm saying is that the certification itself means nothing. I've seen people go through several NLP certification programs. I've seen people with walls full of certifications, and it doesn't say anything about their skill level. Your skill is what's important, and you don't need a certification to certify that you have skill, because all I've seen is that none of these certifications say anything really about a person's skill. Now, a person can have certifications and be highly skilled, of course. I've got a folder full of certificates that is in my closet and is just collecting dust. They've never made me any money. They've never created any sort of skill for me. I've had to practice to create the skill. So one big mistake that a lot of NLP practitioners make is they think the certification means something. They think it means that they have some sort of skill. They show their certification around as if that does anything, and it does nothing. It says nothing. It does nothing. It's just like belts in a martial arts system, like Taekwondo or karate. You can have someone who has a black belt and they really know what they're doing, and they're dangerous, or they could prove themselves in a fight. But then you also have people who have black belts. They wouldn't know the first thing to do, or they would get their ass kicked in a fight. So it's sort of the same thing in NLP. A certificate really doesn't mean anything. There are some institutes that are stricter than others, but overall there's no governing body in NLP that defines who has the skills to be called a practitioner or a master practitioner. And a lot of NLP gurus don't want you to know this because they're really selling these certificates. They're saying, oh, if you take my course, you will get a certificate, or if you take this online course, you'll get a certificate. People want something tangible, and a certificate is symbolic of that. But again, it's not real. It says nothing about how skilled you are. The second thing that NLP gurus don't want you to know is that NLP trainings are more a demonstration of NLP than actually teaching you NLP. What does that mean exactly? Okay, if you watch somebody do something well, you will probably learn something. And if you listen to a lecture and you take notes, you will learn something. But NLP is extremely experiential. Therefore, unless you're actually practicing it, unless you're getting supervised practice any practitioner training or a certification training or a master practitioner training, you're not cultivating NLP skill. Therefore, you're not cultivating the NLP understandings. There's a saying in the type of yoga that I practice, Ashtanga yoga, that it's 99% practice and 1% theory. I've applied that to NLP in my practice. I would say, though, that NLP is more than 1% theory and more than 1% understanding, cognitive understanding. I would say it's more like 10% and 90% practice. If you're not practicing, you're not really learning NLP. And most trainings, most certification trainings, whether they're practitioner or master practitioner, have been shortened so much that in some cases you don't get any practice at all. You especially don't get any supervised practice. And then a lot of trainings, actually, you get practice. I'm about to get wet here, the water's coming up. There's a lot of trainings where you do get some practice, but it's not supervised practice. Now you might be thinking, well, no, I took a training, we did practice, and they had resource coaches. Most of those resource coaches are not really skilled NLP practitioners. They may have certificates, I'll give them that, but they haven't really practiced themselves. I know this because I've been a resource coach for a number of other teachers practitioner trainings, some of the most world-renowned institutes in the world for NLP, and their resource coaches didn't know squat. They didn't know much NLP at all. So the blind are leading the blind. It's like watching a yoga teacher at the front of a yoga class teach yoga and demonstrate yoga postures while you sit back and watch, and you're thinking you're learning yoga, or you're cultivating that ability to do yoga, or you're becoming more flexible, more balanced, and stronger. That can't happen. You cannot just watch demonstrations and expect to learn it, to learn yoga. NLP is the same way. I'm not saying you shouldn't take trainings that offer certifications, and I'm not saying you shouldn't take trainings that demonstrate NLP rather than help you cultivate the skill. What I am saying is don't fall under these illusions of a certificate meaning something, or that just because you attend a training and you watch a great NLP teacher teach and demonstrate that you're somehow learning NLP. It's just not true. How you do learn NLP is by your own practice. Supervised practice is even better, but it's hard to find an NLP trainer, a good one, a competent one, who will sit and supervise you as you practice with someone else. If you can find that, that's great. Just remember, don't buy into these illusions, and make sure you're practicing on a regular basis. Check out my website, nlp-gym.com. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming workshops and talks that I give. Of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you like this video, please click like. Leave me a comment or a question. I will follow up with you. Remember, my online practitioner training enrollment opens January 6th, and it will close January 20th, so you have to enroll during that time period. If you enroll in the first week, you get a free one-on-one coaching session with me. Also, I'll be going live January 9th, 10th, and 11th on Facebook and YouTube, probably at noon Pacific Standard Time, to give you a taste of what I will be teaching or what I have taught in the online practitioner training. I'll give you some useful tools and some ways to practice NLP. Take care.